Andy, it's just always interesting for you guys.
It's a huge win. Huge win.
Because of the numbers, because of the RPIs, that
Yeah, because it's a home game against a top 50 team that everybody has slotted ahead of us. Huge win.
Talk about your defense a little bit.
It was good in the first half, not so good in the second. Those guards are as good as advertised, aren't they? Especially when Ernest Ross makes shots, man. He probably shot a few more than maybe Frank would have preferred, but he makes 5 threes. And when you zone, obviously we had issues as it relates to matching up because of our size deficiency in our backcourt. So when those 3 guys are in together at the 1, 2, and 3, we have to zone them. And when we zone them, when you got Jordan Clarkson, who is really good and has the ability to knife through the defense, score over the top of your bigs. You go under the ball screen to try to keep him in front. He knocks down a couple of big threes. You have to gap him. And when you gap him, you can't gap him off Jabari Brown or he'll make you pay. And then tonight, you can't gap him off Ernest Ross. So it makes for a challenging evening.
What made you guys so effective in the first half defensively?
I thought our guys were really locked in. And obviously, when you make a bunch of shots, first half we go 9 for 16 from 3, a lot of energy in the building, making shots. Regardless of what they were doing, we were able to capitalize, scored 50 big points in the first half, and as a result, we had all the momentum. I knew they were going to come back. I didn't anticipate it being so quickly. We've been on the other side of that where we've been down big, and then we immediately come back. That's what good teams do. In the shot clock era, you got to keep playing. We start the second half missing a couple of bunnies, then we get to the foul line and miss, and you could just tell immediately the momentum shift. And I knew those guys were going to keep attacking us to the bitter end, and that's what it was.
Jarvis didn't have a huge game early, but late, when Missouri was keying on Henderson the way that they were, looked like he had some.
Yeah, he made big plays for us. I'm playing him heavy minutes. It's a long season on Jarvis. I didn't think he had much pop early, and Marshall was making a bunch of shots. So we were able to still be effective without Jarvis playing at the level that we've become accustomed. Second half, I knew he needed the ball. He needed to make some plays. We thought it was huge. Coming into the game, Missouri had won 2 SEC road games, and in those, at Auburn and at Arkansas, they were plus 16 on the glass in both. Huge stat. We win the battle of the boards by 1 in a 1-possession game. It all correlates.
Along those lines, Sebastian was really active on the offensive glass. I don't have his numbers in front of me.
He had 10 and he had 4 on the offensive glass. He ends up with 10 rebounds. AJ ends up with 11 rebounds, 6 off the offensive glass. A lot of those in the second half. Sebas was more in the first half in front of you guys. But when our front court can get 21 rebounds, it gives us a chance.
do you think y'all came out in the second half tentative, or did that become the case after a couple of empty trips?
Yeah, I thought, it's just deflating. I tried to go to our bench pretty quick. It's deflating when you miss layups. You can't miss layups. And then we scrapped a couple of times and got offensive rebounds, got to the foul line, empty trips from the foul line, and it really became contagious. If we could have made a free throw at the end, maybe not throw it to them. We're up 8 with 40-something seconds to play, and we have to sweat it to the bitter end. But it doesn't lessen the fact that we just beat a quality team, and hopefully it'll give us some momentum as next week we've got to go on the road for 2 hard games.
You guys had AJ and Sebas both had 4 fouls, 3 or 4 fouls. Jarvis had 3. How difficult was it to play that last 5 minutes with those guys?
It's hard. For us, we were zoning a lot. We went to the 1-3-1 down the stretch, and I think it was effective. It just gave them a different look, and they had a little more difficult time for a couple of possessions when we were having trouble. But they were just gashing us in that zone, again, because we were trying to stay attached to shooters. It opens up space, and Jordan Clarkson gets in there most every time. Ernest Ross had a monster game, but that's what you expect out of a fifth-year senior who's playing with a sense of urgency. All 3 of their perimeter guys are really good players, and they were playing with a real sense of urgency.
Even in warm-ups, it looked like Marshall was just making everything, and that seemed to carry over. Could you tell a little bit different to him to start?
Well, you know how he is. He makes 1, he makes 2. They were going to try to guard him without over-helping initially, and then they changed that formula. But when they do that, and we'll screen, and our timing, I thought our timing was good. I thought we were in good feng shui early, man, moving the ball, hitting him in rhythm, and he knocks him down. They changed their pattern in the second half, and that's when we have to finish at the basket. We struggled early, allowed them to get back in the game.
Coach, I was going to ask you about Perez, the play he made on the loose ball foul when
Huge.
Snoop misses.
Yeah, huge offensive rebound, huge.
Yeah.
It's a hustle play. It's a winning play. And Anthony was one of the guys I wasn't real excited with early in the second half. Missed a layup, and then missed 2 free throws. Hung his head. I took him out. For him to come in then and go 4 for 4 down the stretch from the free throw line, I thought showed huge. Showed huge maturity.
What makes Jarvis so good in those late game situations?
Experience, winner. He's always won. Expects to win. He wants the ball. I want him to have the ball. Experience, makes plays. He's done it. He's done it for us all year.
You talk about sense of urgency. Did you sense that out of your guys when they got within one?
Well, I hope, there's a fine line when you're dealing with a delicate team, and you want them to play with a sense of urgency, tomorrow never comes mentality, but at the same time, you're still dealing with young players in a number of positions, and I don't want to put too much pressure on them. I want them to play free. I thought we played free early, got a little tight. They kept attacking us. They're a good team. We were able to step up, and we needed Marshall to come back in the second half and make plays. He was silent early, made 2 big threes, got us up 6-7. I think everybody relaxed a little bit, and we were able to get into a little better flow.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.